So, thank you for accepting this small interview. Can you tell us who you are?
Yeah. I am Alex Holland, and I'm the grandson of Frank Griffiths, who was flying for the SOE, dropping supplies to the resistance in the Haute-Savoie in northern France when he got shot down.
And I'm Adam Hart. I'm Alex's nephew, and I'm the great grandson of Frank. And we're doing this Pyrenees section of his escape together.
Can you tell me your great grandfather? He tried to come back here. Did he succeed, or can you tell me a bit about how he came back? Tell us more about Frank.
Well, Frank, my grandfather, amazing man. So he spent all his life working for the RAF. He was a pilot, and he ended the war as a group captain. He was flying for the SOE, which is the Special Operation Executive, who were supporting the resistance, so dropping spies and ammunition and explosives and that sort of thing. And he got shot down just north of Annecy, or just south of Annecy, in August 1943. And we've been recreating his trip across France, his escape, effectively. I've just come for the Pyrenean bit, but Adam has done the whole thing from where he was shot down, and we'll go all the way to through Spain to Gibraltar.
I've done the bit up by Annecy where he was originally shot down, and then he spent 6 days there nearby in some nearby houses where he escaped to Switzerland, and then he spent a month in Geneva where he was recovering from his injuries from the crash, and then when he was deemed fit enough, he came all the way south to Toulouse on the train with a lady called Françoise, and Françoise was the link then to the Saqué family, who she then put them in touch, and for the next part of the journey the Saqué family would take Frank and his American companion Joe over the mountains, and that's where we are now with the story.
So, what is your plan yourself?
Okay, well, I met Adam in Perpignan, where Frank, my grandfather, got dropped on the train, and he met what's his name? The Sac family.
Yeah.
And they walked from Perpignan to this house, this very house, overnight. They did one night's journey. So yesterday we did that walk. It was quite a long way. And they stayed here for the day, hiding inside. They wouldn't come out just in case the Germans could spot them. And then the next day they went up over the Pyrenees and over into Spain and spent the night just the other side of the border, Spain. So that's where we're going next, is to walk from this house, hopefully to the next stopping point.
Yeah. And what's the whole point? Where you gonna go at the end?
So once we've crossed the Pyrenees, we're walking to a town called Figueras, and in Figueras Frank was jailed for a week, so he got held in jail there for a week, and then the British managed to get him out, and then he then took the train to Girona, and then spent a couple of weeks in Girona, and then Barcelona, and then right across Spain to Zaragoza, Madrid, and eventually down to Gibraltar, all the way down, where he flew back. So I'm following his journey exactly, getting the train, seeing those places, seeing where he stayed, trying to find if there's any evidence, clues, people left over who still know the story.
Now you just explain us how you are a student. You got a grant for doing that, and the whole project, including the article
So,
for the newspaper.
Yeah, so there's two reasons really for doing it. One is personal, in that even though I never met Frank because he died before I was born, it's such a famous story in our family. Everybody talks about it a lot, and it's an incredible story. So I've always wanted to do bits of it and try to recreate it. And then the second reason was for work really as well. Managed to combine the two. So last year I studied journalism masters in Cardiff University, and as part of the course they had a bursary you could apply for to go abroad and do a piece of journalism. So I pitched to them to go and recreate my great grandfather's escape and write an article about it, and they said yeah. So won the award, won the money, which is how this trip came about. And then so do the trip, and I've been writing as we go along, and the whole point, and I managed to sell the article to an English newspaper called The Telegraph, and they're going to publish Frank's story but told through my eyes as I recreate his journey.
We have just come from Mas Saqué's old farmhouse in the Poulier, I think. Such a beautiful and historic building and area. We have heard that there is talk of a bridge being built over the farmhouse. It should be such a shame, such a tragic, be a crime to build there.
Yeah, we only came today, but we can already see how beautiful an area it is. Yeah. And it'd be such a shame to lose that. So definitely no to the bridge.
Yes. Okay. I hope to come back in a few years with my family and maybe a bicycle, and it would be so nice if there was no bridge.